Do you remember the time when all you had to worry about was if your mom was going to let you play one last game with your friends? I mean, the time that our parents didn't know that you could pause online games. Time to pause the game, honey. Dinner's ready.
It can't be paused, Bob. It's online.
Or when you would sneakily stay up on a school night until midnight with your friends. Those were the days, my friends. That is when time was just so much simpler. We didn't have a care in the world. We were still young enough to dream big. It was a time where we thought we could do anything in the world. We had the most confidence. What happened?
Where'd all the time go?
It's weird to think that I'm an adult now. I gotta do things like buy my own groceries, gotta do my taxes, pay my own bills, and just doing whatever adults are supposed to do, I guess. I don't know what this is, I'm just doing it for the video. But back then is when we had the best relationships with our friends. We could talk about anything and just have fun. We had the best inside jokes. Don't you wish you could go back? Now, I've thought about this for a long time. It's been on my mind for a while. And look, I love my family. I've got a great family. I've got a home. I've got a decent job. I've got great friends. But sometimes I think it would be nice to relive those nostalgic times. I remember every day after school, all the neighborhood kids would be out and we would be playing street baseball or street football. And if you were lucky like me, you'd be in the inner circle of neighborhood friends and we would all meet up at somebody's house for Halo 3 tournaments. You would always know what house we would be at because all of our bikes would be piled up on the lawn. And of course, our parents got frustrated at us because we weren't taking care of our bikes. I even have faint memories of when I was like 5 or 6 years old, when I was still in my innocence. I picked up my first ever controller. I still have faint memories of when I was like maybe 5 or 6 years old, when I was still in my innocence, and I was visiting my dad who had just gotten an original Xbox with tons of games. And I remember the first game I ever plopped in to that hunk of a machine was Halo Combat Evolved. Questionable parenting, I know. I would always give my dad the controller when I got stuck on a mission, until one day he stopped helping me because he wanted me to figure it out on my own. Then he said something that stuck with me forever. He said, if there is a bad guy, then you're going the right way. Like, wow. To this day, I still think about that quote when I don't know where to go in a game. Now let's talk about grinding. No, not that type of grinding. When did grinding a game start to feel so pointless? I used to spend countless hours on Call of Duty Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo 4, Apex Legends, and so many more games. Where did the appeal go? Like, where did it go? Perhaps it left with our childhood. I mean, now that we're all adults, it's so hard to plan around everybody's busy adult life. It's just so rare that we even get to play together these days. And I mean, looking back at it now, as a kid playing with friends, half the fun was showing off to your friends on how far you've made it into the game, how high level you are, how high ranked your weapon is, things like that. It was just all about who could get the furthest the quickest. Nowadays, I just play single player story games 90% of the time. Last and certainly not least, it just seems like we've lost the true gaming community. I believe the gaming community has changed drastically. It's just not as interactive as it used to be. I mean, you used to have everybody in a lobby in game chat. There was not a single person without a mic. We had things like clans. Matter of fact, me and my friends created a clan on Halo 4. And with that clan, there was this forge map that we had created filled with different obstacles and just things that you had to get through. And it was like tryouts for the clan. If you completed this obstacle course, you were in the clan. And we would recruit people from public matches. And you just don't see that anymore in the community. You don't see that interactiveness. And it's kind of sad to not see that type of stuff anymore. And as I'm making this video, I'm realizing how good we really used to have it. And we took it for granted. Let's see how that shot turned out. In conclusion, the world has changed. Gaming has changed. Some people will say it's for the better, others will not. And I guess the moral of the story is you really never know what you have until it's gone. Kids, don't take the time you have with your friends for granted. Some people will be lucky enough to keep their friends throughout their whole life, but most of the time, that's not the case, and at some point it will end. So enjoy every moment and create great memories that you can look back on for the rest of your life. Thanks for watching.